Good morning, Steve. Many thanks for taking part in the 6 Simple Questions session for the FSB. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning. My name's Steve Keary and my company is SK Floors. We are a specialist tile cleaning company.
Great, thanks. Now, we met at the MBBC networking several years ago, so I've heard a lot about your backstory. Do you want to tell us how you set up SK Floors?
So SK Floors, I basically moved house, doubled my mortgage, and I was working on the railways, and the work on the railways dried up, and I was like, I need to do something. And a very good friend of mine does the same sort of thing as I do down in London, and I spoke with him and I started my business and I just went for it.
Great. Yeah. And I was hoping you'd go back a bit further. So come on, tell us a bit about football and what you were doing with
a bit about football. Well, yeah. I spent 6 years working in football. I worked for Queen's Park Rangers and Fulham. I was the kit man there for those years. 3 years at QPR and 3 years at Fulham. Yeah, very interesting. Worked with some great guys. Jean T. Gannard, Jerry Francis, Chris Coleman. Yeah, some top people.
Yeah, great. And the other thing is, because people will be hearing a bit of a southern accent there. So it was a good woman who brought you up here, wasn't it, to the north?
It was my lovely wife Hannah. We spent a year travelling up and down the M6, and we got to a point where we went, well, one of us has got to move, so she went, best you move up, and yeah, best move I've ever made.
Well, exactly, far better up here in the north.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so outside work, hobbies and passions. What takes up all your time outside work? I think I can think of 2 things. So
yeah, outside of work, so my daughter plays basketball, so I've become a Basketball England level 2 coach. So I spend most of my evenings coaching either community basketball or girls National League basketball at Manchester Mystics, and when I get the opportunity I like to have a game of golf.
Yes,
not very often, but yeah, it's that's basically what I do.
Great. So when you jet washing oldie car parks and clean off tiles, do you listen to any podcasts?
Yeah, so I've really got into Desert Island Discs.
That one I listen to, yeah.
Yeah, and I would really recommend Ruth Jones.
Yeah.
So of Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
That's absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed that one. But yeah, we seem to, when we travel on holiday, if we're going in the car, that's the kids have got their iPads in the back, and myself and my wife, we go through Desert Island Discs, and yeah, really enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy that one as well. Yeah, because they cut down the music side of it, so it's quite an easy length listen to, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So we do ask if you want to recommend a book, but it could be a film as well if you're not a reader. So
I'm not a reader. Don't really watch films. I've got into Netflix and stuff like that, and we've been watching Queen of the South. I would highly recommend. That is over 4 series about drugs cartel in America and Mexico. But yeah, it's a really good one to get your teeth into.
Okay. And final question is, any words of wisdom out for the people watching this?
Any words of wisdom? On a work front, so my business has been going just shy of 10 years now, and the biggest difference to my business was I started going networking. and that made a massive difference to my business. I've got to know people really well, so they're not just business people. I class them as friends, and yeah, that's really worked for me. I had a guy from Nottingham contact me through a friend who just started up his business, and he was like, "What advice would you give?" And I was like, "If you're starting out, go networking. You really, it's a simple thing to do, but the returns are superb." So that would be my wise words.
Right. And of course, we met through networking. We go to the MBBC on a Friday morning, and it's not just about passing business. It's actually you know, talking to friends and colleagues, you know, go through the same experiences. So it's not always about passing work. Sometimes it's a bit of mental wellness as well, isn't it? Particularly since we've gone through lockdown together.
Especially when you're working on your own, like I do myself, and you're doubting yourself on business decisions, and you know, and you're bouncing different ideas off people who are in the same sort of position. It really does help. Really does help.
Well, look, Steve, thank you for taking part. I'll let you get back to cleaning that massive tile floor behind you.
Yeah.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you.
Cheers, Simon. Thanks.
Bye. Bye.